the cake is threatening anyone who tries to eat it.
So, we are gathered here today for a party. I had to say it as British as possible because I can't do a French accent.
We are gathered here today for a party.
No.
Sacre
No.
bleu.
If you're gonna try
No.
serious French accents, let me try my best.
I will not try.
Me surrender. That's all the French I know.
That is offensive.
It's also true.
I hate you. I hate you, God.
That is offensive. You shut your mouth.
Okay, so
I really
before I
want-
move you to the map for the party, I need all of you to commit now. I know, pretty much I just need gesture. Are you going to the noble part?
I will go with Otto.
Okay.
With
What?
who?
With who?
I'm waiting for the GM to realize.
Okay, he goes by himself.
Damn
Somewhere.
it. He
goes
didn't know
out-
at the
he-
beginning
he-
until he looked. I'm going with Dieter.
Oh, why?
Because you can't read.
I thought we're going with. No one will know how to read. I'm going to the peasant party, you dipshit.
Exactly.
No.
Such an asshole.
Also, Dieter, you're an asshole. No one will like you. I saw that.
You know, we're gonna go there.
What was it back then? What was with those? What was with those?
You know,
True.
can I just say we're gonna go there, right? And we're gonna go
Why
there.
not-
And Jester's gonna say something stupid. He's gonna like, well, I can read. And I'm just gonna be like, you see, I think we should gang up on the literate one.
Drew, why did I see a river with, I think, 2 packs of 4 beastmen?
You're seeing things.
Drew has to change shit around now.
So
If
should
you
I?
drink
Do I?
illiterate one's
Do I have to
blood,
roll
you
for
may
something?
gain the ability to read.
Well, as you can see, go ahead and put your tokens down in your section.
Oh, okay. I lost my sheet.
Ugh. Like, if they're not taking me to the party, the nobility would have done so well.
You can always go.
I mean,
They can't
to be
go because
fair,
it's invitation only,
to be
Dieter.
fair, Danik said he didn't want to, cross arms with another man, so...
I mean, well, now that Danik's here, he can just.
Are we sure that
party with any of you?
are we sure that Otto is a man?
I mean, we can check right now.
It is true. Pulls out skinning knife. Otto, drop your pants.
Well, I don't want to emasculate you from my side.
I do not want this in art, Iggy.
Let us.
I was gonna clap back and say something, you know what? I'll keep it to myself, though.
No, we're recording now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And
I'm so glad I didn't say it then.
you did.
I did not.
You have a terrible mind.
Thank you.
So, what do I have to roll 5 times?
Don't you see the numbers?
Roll 1.
There's 2.
Oh, well, did.
There.
Okay. Good. Oh, crap.
Wow.
We meet up at one time.
Wow. Wow.
That is,
You know, I have to say, I think Roll20 knows your characters very well.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Jesus Christ, you got that one right off the bat. Anyway, so I'll give you guys just a second. Iggy, you have your unique thing is you get to pick.
oh?
You
I'm
get
assuming I have to
7
pick what...
actions of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
They can range from doing something, for instance, you might want to show off your skills as an entertainer, like this lady over here, who you see do a very lovely dance. You might want to do something else that would start building up a reputation for yourself. Or you might want to just go to the important NPCs, and you know they're important because they have names and they also have images, and talk to them. It's more or less entirely up to you what you do.
Would you like me to write out all my actions, or would you like me to just speak them and do them?
You just speak them and do them because, well, it's not that hard to keep track of your 7 actions.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, since you said that this person is dancing, I guess the first thing I'll do is pull out the hurdy-gurdy and give them a bit of music.
Okay, go ahead and give me a performer.
Oh boy, here we go.
This is when she rolls the 100.
Where?
Hurdy-gurdy explodes.
Where's
Just like that blunderbuss.
Shut the fuck up! Come on, man! I don't even see it! This isn't even fair. That's so mean. I don't actually see it.
That is why I said it.
You sure this is not French?
It should be, you would have had to, put it under custom skills.
Oh.
What can I say? I am a man of the world.
Okay, well, then I did not know I had to do that, so I
Do not lie to me.
take out the
Yeah.
hurdy-gurdy. I will not take out the hurdy-gurdy because I don't feel like doing that in the middle of session.
I mean, it's just your, I believe it's just your fellowship roll.
Alright, so if it's just fellowship, I'll just roll the fellowship then. Boop. Oh.
Remember, all your fortune has recovered.
Wait, yeah, that's right. Holy shit. I totally forgot about that. I mean, I totally didn't forget about that. Shut up.
Of course you didn't.
Ugh. One thing is out of tune, god damn it. Alright, cool.
Well, at least there's one thing. All eyes on you.
Oh yeah. It's less that you're out of tune and more you kind of just jumped into another person's performance. You don't click immediately. It's not the worst performance you ever had. There's still good sound, and the people seem to enjoy it.
But this person would not appreciate that. Alright.
Oh, of course not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair enough. So from then on, I would like to simply talk with the other ones, both named and unnamed, and simply try to gain a bit of reputation of just someone who likes to interact.
Okay, if you'd like to gaining a reputation, are you trying to talk to someone specifically, or just in general?
No, just in general for now.
Okay, so go ahead and make me a charm test with a +10.
Charm, alright.
As Danik will assist.
Okay. God fucking damn it. This is how the night's starting off.
You got fortune.
How about you hush?
Just someone in the distance from the window.
Why? Damn you! Come on!
Just sitting back here.
You know what? Fair enough.
Maybe you should roll a bunch of D100s to dump this.
You're not allowed to do that, Drew.
I do that all the damn time.
Try and get my luck out.
Yeah,
or my
I
bad
just rolled
luck out.
like D10, 10 D100s. Dump it.
Yeah.
Yep, see? Dump.
Oh my god!
Those are. What are you talking about? 3 of those are passes.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
For me, they are.
Ooh, so glad you're here.
Yeah. Okay, so that's your second action as you, again, you're trying to be charming, but it very clearly comes off, and it really hits you when some lady asks, a nice older lady just kind of like talks in her fan. I remember when it was my first debutante, and well...
So basically, it's very hard for me to jump into this conversation as I don't know what's actually going on. Alright.
Danik seems to be enjoying himself greatly.
Hmm.
He finds this hilarious.
And meanwhile, Addie is panicking.
Yeah.
Oh god, please don't do that.
Puts a hand
Who
on
are
his
you?
shoulder and just whispers, "Don't worry. They think this is your first time."
That's a good thing. It is.
Yeah.
Alright. She disappears. She's over here suddenly. Danik doesn't even see her move. He blinks and suddenly... What?
Blinks, suddenly he's by this lady himself. Okay.
Just like, oh, there she goes.
There she goes again.
I'm gonna talk to him personally.
Okay.
Ow! I hit myself in the eye.
How?
Don't worry about it. Start talking. Oh my god.
The man himself is a very pale individual, though it's unclear if that's the makeup on him or his natural color.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're not gonna say anything? Okay, that's fair. Well,
Gives you
hello
a
there.
curious look as you come over.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
You
I
have
hate
any?
most
You
of
don't
this.
have knowledge Bretonia, do you?
I do not.
No. And you are not a. You do not have a mercantile background.
I do not. It would have been great if someone else was here, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So, unfortunately, you're unable to roll anything to get an idea of who he is, so you just kind of come up and walk to this complete stranger. How do you introduce yourself?
I say, hello, it's a pleasure to meet you. Apologize if my approach seems a bit forward, but I would love to talk to you. You seem very interesting.
He gives you a nod.
Oh no. I hate this. She
I
would
am
give a
Lord
small
De Winter.
bow. Wait, what?
I am Lord De Winter.
De Winter. Okay. She would then bow and say, "My name is Adelaide Verlaine. It is a pleasure to meet you, as I've said before."
Your first day in court, you say?
There are foods and drinks here, yes?
There are what?
Foods, drinks.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to turn up my
I agree.
because you're very
Anger.
you're a little quiet to me.
She's asking for
Anger.
trouble. I think
Foods and drinks, yes? There? Here?
Yes, we have much food and drinks.
I would like to ask him to accompany me in getting a drink. He seems like fine company.
He gives you a slight smile and says, "Ah, it really is your first time. That's not how you do this at all."
Oh, is it not?
Yes,
My
watch this.
apologies.
He claps his
What?
hands. A servant comes running. He's got fine wines, water.
Oh, I see. I'll take the wine.
Of course, if you like food, it's 3 claps.
It's 3 claps, I see.
I don't know why it's 3 claps. Typically it's 4, but yeah, Paravan is a unique place.
Is it really that obvious that this is my first time? I was finally let out, as you can tell.
Yes, that and also I don't recognize you.
Yes, well, my father does have a tendency to be a tad overprotected of me.
Most are. So, what brings you here for?
Well, it is, like I said, my first time going to any sort of event, so I simply wanted to educate myself on those around me and perhaps make a new friend.
Friends are a useful thing to have.
Yes, and I'm afraid I don't have many.
I can tell. He looks
Oh,
he
shit.
looks around
Ow!
he looks around at the corner that you're in where it's just him.
Okay. So I'm going to take 1 emotional damage from that. Nice. Um, I would like to ask if there's anything he would be willing to tell me about the other people coming here. I
Typically, I do not associate much. I'm a businessman first and foremost, which, well, as I'm sure your father can tell you, is not exactly the most popular of professions for the nobility.
Oh,
But alas, someone must keep the knights fed, the armor clean.
oh yes, of course. But I would say it is rather important.
Hmm, it is almost as important as knowing who you're entering the performance of. Lady Nerva is a interesting character.
I
Not
see.
one I would want to get on the wrong side of.
I will make a mental note of that.
Mm.
I just got very excited. I'm used to doing performances for my small family, as you can say, and for the other servants. I just couldn't miss the opportunity. I should have read the room first.
Yeah, so her performance is sought after quite often. I've heard that she's gone into quite a few stories, even a few in the capital.
Oh, is that right?
Mm. I do not
Well,
believe that she has had the honor of having the king request her performance, but to be honest, with how she is done, she hardly needs it.
Well, be sure to apologize to her later.
My personal recommendation: stay as far away from her as possible.
Oh,
I'm sure your father wouldn't approve.
really? You think so?
He looks down at you, your nice, lovely dress, and then he looks over to Lady Narva, whose dress is significantly less material wise. Thinks for a moment, nods several times. Yes, I do believe that your father and most fathers would agree that Lady Nerva is not the kind of woman that their daughters should be associating with.
Eggy, did he just say that Danik is your...
No,
What?
he
No.
looked down at her, and then
No, no, he said, no, but he said something your father would be like, damn, did he... Who did she... Anyway, never mind.
I mean, she hasn't
I mean,
introduced her father.
yeah, Danik just looks like a knight she walked in with. I see. Well, I mean, I wouldn't refuse if she talked to me first, but other than that, I guess I should keep my distance. What about the others, if you don't mind me asking?
Montfort is a comely woman, and considering she's talking to your companion, well, you might have guessed this, but she's not here for. She's been going on quite a few trips looking for a husband.
Oh, I see. Well, I wish him well then.
Yes. Something tells me he won't be settling down anytime soon, though.
Sadly, I believe that is the case. Quite
Well,
a
sadly
stubborn
for
man as
Lady
well.
Montfort. Last but certainly not least are the Gallard brothers, Trevor and Devon. Devon, well, as you well know, is the host, Lord of Gallard. His younger brother, Trevor, though, is probably not well known.
Hmm. So, you don't know much on Trevor then, huh?
Your knightly, your escort will probably know more about him than I. He's a bit of a rapscallion.
Is he now?
Definitely not a good, definitely a worse reputation than I have, which is saying something.
Well, only one way to find out. Thank you for your time. Whoop.
You ever, if you ever require the services of the Winter Company, let me know.
Okay, she's gone.
As I'll leave me eventually in my corner of woe.
Oh yeah, don't be an edgelord, bitch. Wait, I'm not there.
Look at me!
Look at me.
I'm the Lord of Edge.
He looks like he has a bowl cut. I love it so much. He's adorable. I gotta talk to him again later.
You look over to Trevor. This will be your fourth action, right? Yeah. You look over to Trevor, and immediately upon approaching him, you get flashbacks of approaching some of the senior swords in the Brotherhood.
Boy. Oh
it's
no.
Just like that guy who probably has seen too much, probably done worse, and does not fit in any formal occasion whatsoever.
So I gotta talk to him.
Yeah.
Alright. Hello there. It is a pleasure to meet you.
That's clearly the answer there.
I know.
The man looks over to you, is nodding to his companions so he can give you some polite one-on-one attention, i.e. they're about 3 feet to the left.
My name is Adelaide, but you can call me Addie.
A pleasure to meet you.
May I know your name?
Trevor. Gallard, if you didn't already know. Takes a sip of his ale. Which is odd because you're pretty sure the servants did not serve ale and that there is an ale in the room.
Oh god, I love this man already. So you seem to be a bit over to the side. You don't fit. Would that be appropriate to say?
Looks to the group of people he was talking to. Well, I'm a lot more social than De Winter over there. You all look over to the corner where De Winter's just sitting.
Is he just like crouched over, like looking at a knife, just
hunched over, just like.
Everybody looks at him. He looks at them and goes,
I'm a rich boy from a rich family.
No, he's a rich orphan.
He says, yes,
Oh,
no,
God,
unlike Quincel over there, I'm actually social. It's just that my kind of party is not the kind of party my brother would throw.
I see. And what kind of party would you throw?
Preferably one with whores.
Yes, no, that does seem quite nice. Sorry. My apologies. She did say that in character, by the way.
Yeah, I figured. He looks at you very surprised.
My apologies.
None needed. Simply shocked that a lady such as yourself would agree to my taste.
Well, it's not a very odd taste, I must say. Just one that isn't often shared.
I can tell. I saw you go perform with Leda Nerva. You got balls, kid.
I'm so sorry, and I'm so sorry to you too that we're taking so much time with this.
It's okay.
Fuck, I
taking
forgot.
About as much time with each of them as well.
Alright, good. Yeah, can I just please keep talking with him? He seems like so much fun.
Yeah.
And I don't have to be as polite. Fuck it, she'll probably drop a couple accidental, quote-unquote, accidental swears, and then, like, innocently say, please don't tell my father.
Oh, don't worry. I won't be telling your father anything. Mainly because I don't know him. Also because I don't care to.
Fair enough. That's a good thing. I believe they will be quite good friends.
I'm sure he will take you to the side to tell you many tales about the himself, and enough that I will probably be able to show you this.
Ooh. Secrets.
There's a little portfolio.
Oh.
If you couldn't already tell, he's a knight, as noble as can be, but is definitely one of those knights that is known for less than honorable things.
Mm-hmm. Alright, hold on. I need to make note of this.
In the Reichland, he would be really, really normal, and there wouldn't be much said about him. He's a good fighter. He drinks as hard as he fights, kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
However, if there's one thing you've gotten from Betonia,
That's not normal.
they're a bit more stricter with the rules.
Oops. Oh no, I fucked that up. Don't worry about it. Okay. Well, she's going to say, well, I believe it is time for me to talk to your brother and thank him for the invitation. But if you ever want to have an ale chugging competition, you know where to find me. He does not.
I did not, and I don't want
Too
to.
late, she's gone.
Just him and all the other guys that he was talking to just stare at you as you leave.
Leave. What do you mean leave? She just kind of teleports. Just like she slides between two of the guys that Trevor's talking to, and suddenly they see her again, but beside this guy.
The one's like, I think she's a witch.
Oh god, that's not the first time I've been called a witch. God damn it.
It's got way too much of a blush to be a vampire.
Hey man, what the fuck? I'm just happy.
Okay, so your fifth action is to talk to Lord Devon, which takes a little bit of a minute, because unlike Trevor, he is not too eager to leave whatever current conversation is to talk to some random lady.
Oh yeah, no, she's not gonna go up to him and like introduce herself just yet. She is actually just observing, hopefully with just a couple of other people.
Yep.
Probably beside the women.
Eventually, he will greet you. He does more of a standard greeting, like, hello, thank you for coming. Is there anything I can do to increase your stay?
Let's see. Yeah, she would just like very casually ask, yes, do you prefer ale or wine on a Friday night?
He kind of twitches before glaring in the direction of his brother and says, Trevor put you up to this, didn't he?
No, in fact, he did not.
No need to lie, lass.
I'm not lying. I am genuinely curious. You see, I do prefer wine myself, but ale from time to time is a good palate cleanser.
All the ladies around you kind of like look at you like, I think she's insane. All the nobles looking at her like, I think she's high. She's been drinking too much wine.
See, now these guys are actually fake nobles, because if they were truly noble, they'd be drinking brandy. Bretonia is known for its exquisite brandy. Anyway.
Unfortunately, this is not exactly the richest part of Bretonia.
Peasants.
Also, he's not exactly going to open up his brandy cabinet for a bunch
of strangers
grand social
and
soiree.
A noble hooker.
Yeah. He tilts his head slightly in confusion and says, I do not typically drink ale unless it is unless I'm on campaign. I think was the last time I drank it. It's not
I see.
Not as really doesn't really fit my palate.
Oh, well, that's fair. But what about sweets?
Oh, that's more my wife's thing.
Are there any other people around that I could like try and ask them the same question, try to get a little bit of something going.
Yeah, you can keep asking, and eventually the ladies will take you to the side and begin talking about the wonderful sweets that have been coming out. One of them gushes all about the latest.
Wait, where's his wife?
Probably the one gushing about the current package that she got.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
talk to her more about sweets. I'm gonna
She
talk
just
about like
she kind
strawberry
of pats
cake.
you on the shoulder and says, "Oh, that dear De Winter family, really creepy, all of them to a T, but they have great business sense." As she like shares with you a piece of chocolate.
Oh, chocolate!
Damn, that's rarer than the brandy. Holy shit. Chocolate only comes from one place, and that's shit. People die for that shit. Oh, damn.
De Winter is the only family able to get a steady supply of chocolate. He brought some as a gift.
Interesting. Oh, how lovely of him.
Points over a
May
corner
I?
where there's like 30 guards just sitting around a giant crate full of chocolate.
Oh my god. Damn. Hold on.
Damn, I
Dita,
wish, I,
we
damn,
now
I
have a
wish I
job
was
for you.
there.
When the cargo goes, we steal it.
Oh,
I do
by the
not
way.
care. We do not care if you're bad. If we sell that chocolate in Iceland, you could buy an entire mercenary company with it.
By the way, Drew,
Damn.
me talking to the wife counts as my 6th action. Just to let you know.
No, I'm counting this as one because you just went over to Davin's group.
Oh, okay.
Damn. I wish I was there. I'd be asking him. So who's your contact in Lustria?
None of the other people knew.
You must die.
Would we come and know what Lustria is?
No, I'm saying if I had a different character.
Okay.
De Winter has many contacts, many places that would definitely be frowned upon in Bretonia.
Mm.
Even mentioning that word would probably get you in trouble here.
Necessarily. Bretonia has colonies in Lustria.
They have, keep in mind this is before they actually got colonies there.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair.
They would, actually I think this is around the time where they're getting ready to do their expedition to set them up. It's either that or they just did them. I can't remember which because it's kind of vague when they did it.
Drew, have it be before, therefore there might be opportunity for mercenaries along the way.
Good point. Good call. I take that idea and I'll edit it out so it sounds like I came up with it.
I don't want to go to Lustria.
No one does.
Lustria sucks. No, you don't. No, you don't. Trust me.
Yes. The gold is worth it.
No, it's not.
So we'll pause it there on Eggy's 5th action. Then go over to your guys' 5 actions. Then we'll go finish her last 2. This way she has a moment to think whether she's going to talk to one of the others again or perhaps do some other things. Poor Quinzel over there in the corner.
I feel bad for it. Why are you moving me?
Possibly getting scared every time a bunch of women come over him to talk about chocolate.
You really piqued my interest of him.
Okay, so first things first, we'll do the lucky number 10. I was really hoping you'd get this.
Oh no, is this going to be another Katarina thing?
No, it's far worse.
Oh, yay. Well, that one didn't end too bad.
So you are sort of going around. You're not really the most social of people, so you find the more smaller groups to kind of hang around the fringe of, kind of trailing more towards the rougher crowds in the rougher parts of town. Never staying in one place too long. Pretty much just passing the time, really. Finally, though, you hear some talk that catches your interest. According to some people, word is there's a witch hunter around. Not just some local hire witch hunter either. This is a witch hunter from the actual. I can't remember what their formal name is.
The Church of Sigmar.
Yeah, no, there was like a certain sect of Sigmar that ran the witch hunters. I can't remember what their name are, but essentially, they're an actual full-blooded witch hunter.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying those are the ones sponsored by the Church of Sigmar.
Yeah, I just can't. I could have remembered. I remember there was like some, like they have an organization that's like they have the Grandmaster of this. I can't remember what it was called. This for now, I'm just gonna call him Witch Hunter, but eventually I'll try and find what the fuck that name is. But yeah, they are fully ordained by the Church of Sigmar as well as the Empire as a whole. And as you probably are not surprised to hear, everyone is really concerned about there being a Bretonnian here. Or there being a... like, you have the people from the Empire here as mercenaries or merchants being very, very concerned why the fuck there's a witch hunter here. And then you have the locals who are, if you can actually read... do you know Bretonnian?
I can speak it.
Then you know damn well that the locals are absolutely panicking about the idea of one of the, as they call them, like, devils that just, like, you hear the most outlandish of things, like that you hear one of them say, I heard the witch hunters burned a whole city down just because they didn't worship Sigmar.
That sounds... that is not absurd. But no.
The reasoning is a little absurd.
No, it's not.
Really?
No, it's not.
They want to kill a city just for not worshiping Sigmar.
It depends on the witch hunter. Depends on the witch hunter.
Mordheim would have been burned to the ground a long time ago if that was the case.
Yeah, but the difference was Mordheim was so absurdly rich it could bribe the witch hunters.
But yeah.
Also could put up a fight.
But the Bretonnians are essentially giving horror stories. But the rumor going around from the merchants, as well as particularly the mercenaries, is that the witch hunter is apparently looking for people with some skill.
It is interesting.
Okay, figured out what they're called. Templars of Sigmar is what you're looking for.
Thank you.
I would have thought that the witch hunter had no writs to act in this country.
They don't. At all.
Yeah.
It's kind of why everyone's concerned that there's one here.
I see. Well, do not fear. I'm sure that he will be merciful.
Somewhere off in the distance, a random witch hunter's like, what the fuck did someone just say? I feel like someone just said the word.
I mean, as long as they've paid their religion tax so they can worship another deity other than the lady, then obviously they'll be fine. They can worship any of the gods they want.
And on the bright side, it's very unlikely that a witch hunter would burn down a Bretonnian town, because that's liable to lead to war.
Hey man, you don't know. Some of them are crazy enough to do it.
Probably. But yes, as for Otto, you hear about something far more darker. Though also possibly related.
Yes?
You hear particularly a lot of rumors about some Blood Duke, as he is called. Or the Crimson Duke. He's not actually a duke, from what you can tell, it's just a title. But he's some noble down south of central Bretonia. And from what you can tell, everyone is damn sure he's either a vampire or worships them like one, because he is decked out in red. He seems to glorify in the blood spilling of his enemies. And you hear the most barbaric of tales that just do not fit with your what little you know about Bretonnian knights, and it definitely does not fit with any of the knights you've seen or met so far. They say
This sounds like discrimination.
They say that he at the end of every battle that he cleans his sword with his tongue. Things like that.
Sounds like a knight of the Wolf of Ulfen.
And just like that, you've offended two groups of people, vampires and the Ulfric.
Neither do I care for.
And that's how Otto made two powerful enemies.
Do not worry. If there is one thing that Otto is good at, it is offending people.
Yeah. But you hear a lot of rumors like that where no one's outright saying it, but some people are hinting that the vampires of might be getting a bit uppity. It might have passed the imperial borders some time ago. Now, 9 is very, very simple. Each of you find contact information through your own various names about a job, specifically in Midland. These are rumors that you can mark down. So every time you have a 9, mark down that you have a rumor of a really good paying job. How good?
Where the hell would I put rumors?
4 rumors in total. So, Derek or Dietrich, your the rumor you hear is that a local guild of hunters in Midland is having a hunt for a rare white stag. With a very appropriate ransom on the stag's head.
I have a question.
Yes.
How the hell do these peasants know so much about Midland?
Well, these are from the merchants here.
Oh.
The peasant gathering is where you find merchants, mercenaries, local peasants, as well as soldiers from Bretonia.
I was
That are
going
just
to
kind of
say.
traveling around. Probably should have said that at the beginning, but there's a big hubble bubble of a lot of people.
Mm.
And you're hearing so much conversation because, well, peasants from villages from across Paravan are here in the army talking to the local peasants about, well, hey, did you know that outside these walls there's like a country and shit? Oh,
Wow.
man. You wouldn't believe it. Keeps going on and on and on. There's this big ocean thing. But you also have merchants who are talking to both as well, being like, yes, I've got great things, but no, that's nothing. Here's some imperial shit. You should buy it. In this particular instance, this would be the merchants and mercenaries probably talking about this work. As for you, Otto, the job you hear about is that a merchant is looking to, in Midland, is looking to get some escorts to Marienburg. And we're not talking a short escort job. We're talking the goods start in Midland, and they are going across the seas from Marienburg. It's a long haul job, but it pays.
It's not how you spell either of those words.
Do not care, because I'm not German.
What spelling? What?
I put it in that.
Midland.
Oh,
Middle land.
And listen, when he said type it somewhere, I typed it somewhere.
Yeah. From what you are able to hear, they are saying that it's from Midland to Marienburg to the Tilla Sea. Which, in case you were wondering, is the exact opposite side of the continent from where you guys are currently at.
That is a job.
Okay, so next is you go to 3, and you hear about the vampiric corruption. And you go to 4, and you find some soldiers of the Duke Paragon, to be exact. And you hear some very interesting stories that you never thought you'd hear. They tell you all about their recent campaign and battle against the horrid elves. Now, at first, I'm assuming your character is very surprised about this because you've probably heard about the elves and the fact that they're on an island that's not anywhere near Pretonia, but, you know.
I don't even think we know about the Elf Island in the middle of.
I mean, you probably hear about it just like, oh yeah, elves, yeah, they're all on the island out there somewhere.
Okay.
Just for no other reason than people generally know about elves. And that they know the main reason they don't see too many of them is because they're all on an island somewhere. So you're probably wondering, or at least Otto is, how the fuck did that conflict come about?
As I walk up. So what happened? Do the elves land on your beaches and you charge them?
No, you fool. The elves of Loran. Or Lorraine.
You mean the woods? Us?
Yeah. Only elves I've
Yes.
seen bothered to care about.
Oh. I thought the elves. Oh, sorry. Had bad experience with elves. They like their arrows and they don't like a front fight.
They don't fight fair. But,
Yeah.
just as always, honor and virtue were on our side, and we kicked their ass.
Put my hand on his shoulder. Good. Well, that's always good. Nothing like human steel against elven wood, hey?
Yeah. So be careful. You may mock the weapons and armor that they wield, and they may certainly look odd. But I've stricken many of their forms, and their armor rings just as good as any steel. And they are very, very deadly. All that's left of my company is what you see right here. He kind of like motions over to 13 dudes or so.
I guess fighting in a people's home territory does that.
Well, not their territory anymore. Now property of Paravan.
Congrats!
It'll be
No.
so to the end of days. Out of character, it'll be so to the end of the month.
I'm not gonna say that. Pat him on the shoulder. Wish him luck. Buy more those 13 men a round of drinks. Their victory, and then walk off.
Dieter, you hear about the vampire corruption. You are probably a bit more concerned about it because, given the fact that you've heard a bit, due to where you live, you've heard a bit more. You're a bit more experienced with this type of thing. So you're better able to discern rumor from potentially true. And the things you're hearing sound disturbingly true. Way too close to what you actually know to be true, and what your family, friends, teachers, and just about anyone that would have told you about these things warned you about. Perhaps you've seen some examples of villages that are bequeathed or under the yoke of vampires, but things you're hearing, like rumors, some of them are just, general, oh, bloodsuckers everywhere, but a few of them are a bit too detailed and too close to the
Mhm.
stories you yourself have heard.
Just kind of look out. And where did you say this was?
It was at the border of Bastogne and Aquitaine,
I see. Hmm.
which is roughly a little bit central Bretonia.
Stay clear of there. Don't need you getting ripped apart, eh? As he gently pats the guy on his arm.
Guy looks terrified.
I do nothing to comfort him.
Okay, so you
It
go
is the,
9,
it, 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 it
4.
is the truth.
Man, I'm doing my job. I'm getting us some other jobs.
You hear about another
Yeah,
one
well.
in Midland. This one is probably It is one of those jobs that you were specifically warned about not to take lightly. It's an escort mission into Nordland, and very quickly, as from your experience as a merchant, you read between the lines when they say, "Ah, yes, we're trying to discuss some trade deals, and due to some particular agreements with some contacts, we must go through Hochland to get to here." And you find out very quickly the reason it's paying so much, even though it's a far shorter job than the other one you heard about, is because it's almost certainly smuggling goods into Nordland. Probably highly illegal from what you're hearing.
Let's change that to this. I went from escort to smuggling. I give a small nod, cheeky grin.
And Dieter, you also hear about the battle with the elves. You probably being a bit more interested because you've probably honestly never even heard of fighting with elves or against elves. So I assume
I'll
you're...
have you know, I killed an elf in single combat.
Yeah. Mainly, I meant more like in the terms of battle-wise, or in this case...
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh yeah, we fought them in an actual war. Not just one random elf who just happened to be a murderer.
Yeah, I'll drink with them.
After that, you go to 6. Oh, you're gonna love that one. And you stay at 9. And then we got really the interesting ones. I'll make you an offer, Jester. You can get another job from Midland, or I can let you get a reroll.
You know what? Why is it always Midland?
That's just what I have it written down as. You also hear about the witch hunter.
Oh, this I want
terrified.
to go. No. Well, yes, but can I roll gossip to get to narrow down the location of where the most of the rumors go?
Sure.
I'll spend a fortune because meh.
So you're able to narrow it down to being somewhere in Quinellis, which is the province immediately left of Paralon.
Ooh.
It is Quenelle.
Quinnell, my apologies.
But teacher's going to like this. We can find. I'm purposely saying this teacher's going to like this, but I find someone just as bland and humorless as him.
Dieter, the thing that you find is some mercenaries from Tila, which is far out of the way here.
Oh God.
Are they like
I
neighbors,
hate-
though?
Not really. There's a mountain range in the way. I mean, technically, the Empire and Talea are neighbors, but there's this big, huge mountain range in the way. Same with Astalia, actually. It's the same mountain range.
No. I know
And
there's a clear
interestingly enough,
path
it also
that you can
divides
follow.
Astalia from Talea. It's a weird mountain range. Kind of forms a T.
But yes, they are entirely willing to talk and drink with you about all sorts of stories, and you hear them all in the next hour or so that you probably drink with these individuals. You hear about tales that they just found random vampires on the way here. You hear that that they had to fight through some trolls to get through the mountains. If you can think of a tale about old fantasy, they're willing to tell you about it. And from that, you are able to. You just mark down that you have a +5 to gossip for the next month, which would have been more healthful, earlier, but it's there. But essentially,
Do any of these tell? Did it sound true?
a lot of them sound true. They're the kind of true though that are like, oh yeah, they probably fought a couple trolls, but they also probably just added a couple more.
Okay. He'll nod.
It's the kind of the closest kind of truth you'll get from a bunch of drunken soldiers.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
They
I
do
won't.
tell you.
I won't shame them by calling them on it.
They do tell you, and this is probably the more important things that you'll get. There is a lot of money to be made in the southern Bretonia. Paragon's good work, but I mean, the guys here are planning on leaving. They had one major engagement with the elves, and they don't want another one. And that's not even talking about the beastmen. Orcs may be bad, but they're not as
Oh, I know.
cunning as
The beastmen are. The beastmen are everywhere. We are ambushed on the road coming here.
Yeah. Bit not the kind of enemies we want to be fighting, and the casualties we're taking ain't worth the money we're getting. So they're thinking of going back to Carcassonne. I can't pronounce any of these French names. Which is the very southernmost province of Bretonia. And probably taking up some contracts around the border. There's been rumors that they're going to go to war against the Estalian kingdoms.
I would be careful about moving around. Did you hear the rumors about the witch hunter?
We don't really care too much about some Imperial trying to tell us what to do.
You will care when he lights your carts on fire.
We'll kill him.
You'll still be out of a cart.
We typically don't let random people near our carts, but if we see a witch hunter, we'll make sure to keep a distance.
If you should.
Okay, and now we go back to Eggy.
Hello! Ow!
Don't worry about that.
Eggy somehow hurt herself. it again.
No. Hush. Right. This is my sixth action, yes?
Yep.
Whoop!
Oh, joy. More social interaction.
She may or may not have taken a cake and brought it over to him.
Ah. I believe
Hey,
you
you
are
hungry?
a fan of the sweets, then, are you?
Well, I can't deny it. I do like my sweets. Would you like some?
He seemed to think about it for a long moment.
Sherry has a fork ready to hand feed him.
He takes the fork
Oh,
and will be eating on his own, with his own hand.
fair enough.
Thank you. I believe if I talk to you for another 10 minutes, I'll have met my quota for human interaction for the next month.
Well, actually, I was thinking, since you seem to be a bit isolated, why don't we start heading over to the others so you can get a bit more interaction in?
Well, you see, I would. But as mentioned,
Uh,
I am one of those people that are needed but never really wanted.
Nonsense. Come on, it can't be that bad.
Okay, sometimes the child must be burned to be experienced to figure out what they need to do. Okay, well.
Wait, what? You know what? Okay, I'm going to ignore that. You like to read, don't you?
Yes.
Well, what kind of books do you like to read?
Business books? I mean,
Oh, well,
I
that's not
don't
gonna
know
work.
that. I don't.
Um,
Well,
hmm.
the library has a few fanciful tales, but
Mhm.
my father is not exactly the biggest fan of fiction, and, well, Bretonia isn't exactly the biggest source of independent authors. If you want more of that, you will have to find some merchants from the Empire. Aotilia
Right.
actually has some good books.
So what I'm hearing is that that won't be good. All right. Well, you know a lot about alcohol, don't you? Oh, okay. We're over here now. Okay.
I
Hi,
know a little about
Derek.
alcohol as you walk over and immediately you notice that pretty much everyone, including Lady Montfort, immediately looks deeply and ungodly uncomfortable. Like they want to be polite to him and say hi and do the normal greetings, but at the same time, it's very clear they don't want anything to do with him, but don't want to be rude.
I can tell this, right? Can he tell this?
Oh yeah,
Okay. All right.
he's kind of
I
expecting
don't
this.
care. I'm going to keep him into the conversation. Uh, I'm gonna start a conversation with this woman right here, and I'm gonna randomly ask him a couple questions, get him involved, get Danik involved as well. This is happening.
Gonna go ahead and have you. First off, I want to point out the moment you bring him over here, you just see your mentor. I guess is the word you can use to describe him. You see him with a nearly full glass of wine, and he just chugs it in one sip, almost
Oh,
in seconds, and then just motions for a servant to give him another one.
Also, I was gonna try and bring him over to Trevor, but this is fine too. I can work with this.
Yeah, that's probably
Uh,
best that I write.
yeah, actually. All right. So yeah, I'm just gonna start the
Yeah.
conversation.
Normally
Uh,
you'd get a -10, but even while he is deeply regretting it, Danik is helping you as well with this horrid thing. Go ahead and make me a normal persuasion roll.
oh, persuasion. Uh,
Or a charm.
charm. Fucking god damn it.
I forget
You
from
said 10?
Game
No,
Console.
that's 19. No. Okay. Fucking God! That's within 10. Can I fate point that? Wait, is that only a
Yes.
Dark Heresy thing? Okay.
So for the
I'm
first time in this
sorry.
party, you succeed in the test.
Alright, I'm sorry. I has such bad luck.
I don't know why you're apologizing to me. I'm the GM. I live for this shit.
Fair enough.
But yes, you manage to get a few conversations going, and after they realize that he is a smart
person?
man, here's the thing. You very quickly realize that most of the stories being told by even the more fanciful knights have to tell about glory, honor, and other such things. His tales seem more along the lines of, yes, I know poetry, I know a lot about books, I know
Alright.
a lot about business. He's essentially, as you probably can describe him,
Mm-hmm.
imagine Otto if he wasn't an asshole.
Fair enough. Okay, I'm gonna give Danik the look of, okay, so he's weird, but I'm weirder.
I take offense to that.
So does Danik see the look that I'm giving him?
Danik nods, believing that you're trying to seduce the Lord. And that
Oh,
you're
I
giving him
should
that wink wink.
try that. She was just generally trying to make a friend. But she is going to start telling stories about her career as an entertainer, but keep it as if she is still a noble in a sense. So, like, just things she's done around the house. And then slowly branch over to her hypnotism ability. Hypnotism. Yes. Hip.
Danik just starts choking. And then we didn't bring that up.
Yep, I know. Oh shit, I almost
Yep.
updated Discord. Oh fuck, I'm so sorry.
Yep, that's something the lady does.
Oh,
Did I
God.
mention she's she's from Moselian. You know, bit smaller.
Okay, here's
Behind
the
the
thing.
times.
I would like to say that she would phrase it in a way that makes it seem like it's very easy for her to talk to people alone. Or just like in a calm setting.
Quillis nods, saying, "Yes, I also like to talk to people alone."
So did I out weird Dewinter?
Yes,
Okay, good. So he'll
by a
fit in
mile.
better.
Though
That's
he also
great.
seems very, very fascinated with with what you're talking about, and then
Oh, does he?
brings up the fact that he read a book once about the art of what is called hypnosis. That sounds eerily similar to what you were describing.
I would tell him that if he would like to, I would love to sit down with him and tell him more.
I'd be very interested in this.
Where is it possible that we could meet?
Well,
I don't know why, but I was going to be aggressive and say fucker after that. I'm sorry.
good.
I'm not this aggressive, I swear.
I'm very curious at what the reaction to be in this group of ladies, some noble
No,
people,
I
and
just.
specifically the man who clearly does not have much social interaction at all. If you just say "fuck me,"
No, no, not fuck me. I would have said fucker. Because it would have been, oh, where would you like to meet, fucker?
oh, I thought you were saying "fuck her."
No, no,
I was like,
please no.
"Wow."
Where would you like to fuck? Because I know a good couple hotels.
I was gonna say, "Wow." That's a good way to. I don't think even I don't think
Please no.
Danik's getting invited back to any place.
Yeah, no, I would like to just ask if they could keep talking outside of this party.
Yep. He's more than happy to talk to you privately on one of the many side parlors that are set up entirely for that.
Right now? Because we can go right now.
Sure. It's not like he's got any committed
Fuck it.
relationship with the corner.
I'm gonna pat Denek's shoulder, and I'm okay. There we go. There we go.
Yep.
Alright,
Danik in his mind saying, I guess she
that's
got
my
laid.
seventh action.
Danik also in his mind probably being like, I probably should have warned her about him.
I should be fine. I know how to use a whip, which is currently on my hip.
Okay.
That's not gonna be a good look if he discovers that somehow. Oh no!
Danik, simply as you walks off, he's like, yes, Lady Monfront, what were we talking about? Yes, hold on one second. Chug, 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 chug. Another glass, please. Thanks. He's gonna be drunk by the time he's done with this.
I feel so bad for him. I'm probably causing him so much stress, but I've made multiple friends that would be looking forward to seeing me later.
Yep. Speaking of friends, I'm gonna go on a limb and say your private conversation with Lord De Winter over here will get you enough information about him that I can reveal his as well.
Yes, please.
That's Trevor.
Yes.
No,
I already know about Trevor.
I almost revealed Trevor again. I was like, that's not who.
Good job.
Yeah, great guy.
Let me see.
But very similar to how Trevor is kind of the black sheep of knights, he's the black sheep of lords. He doesn't really have any stories about when he was campaigning or anything. His version of being on campaign was like, yes, I was in. Have you ever heard of the Great Crusade against the Orcs and stuff? Yeah, I was the quartermaster.
She would be willing to listen to all of them and shows a lot of interest, but that's a woman. That's not a man. That's a woman.
Yep.
That's okay. I think I'm gonna have to get this guy, but no, no I'm kidding.
Yes. Very feminine-looking man.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I would like to keep talking to him.
But it was very hard for me to find a male version of the picture that I was looking for.
You could have
No. That's the scandal. Every Bretonian province needs a good scandal, and what's a better scandal than having a lord not have a dick?
Lost it in battle. But yeah,
You know I'm right.
I could have asked you to draw it, but then again, that would have given away some things.
Not draw it. I mean, I can find the picture rather easily.
Yeah. Anyway.
I can do it now if you want.
Nah, I'm good. I like his picture.
Okay.
But yes. He is, he's got, to be honest, after just talking to him for about half an hour, you realize that you probably found one of, if not the most influential person you could probably be talking to. Like, he may not command respect of, armies or probably be the most respectable or honorable of anything, and he certainly has very little glory to his name. But this is the kind of guy that can get invited to the King's Court if he really wanted to, and he's also the kind of guy that can get you just about anything you want anywhere in Bretonia.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take you long to find out that De Winter is a very, very big name in shipping as well as, in general, mercantile endeavors.
Nice. Currently, it is apparent that, I almost said Dolly. Addie does not care about this, and she is just going to continue listening to his stories and talking about her own stories, while also hiding the fact that she's not actually noble.
He's actually very interested in where, in what you've described, what he calls hypnosis.
Oh yeah, no, since they're behind closed doors, she will reveal that it is actually hypnosis.
Yep, he's very interested in learning all about where you learned it. Because he's just been reading about it in a book.
She would say that she didn't actually learn it from anybody, and rather just sort of picked it up and saw how easy it was for her to do so. Well, it was.
Now he's very, very interested. Would you be willing to test out these abilities on a guinea pig, i.e., servant?
I don't think that's appropriate.
Well, he can't exactly have you test it out on him.
She could.
He could. He doesn't really want that to happen.
She could say they could do a small few tests that would review a few things, mostly just like shapes on cards and such. I'm sorry, I saw a really cute picture. But other than that, she isn't going to do anything unless he wants it.
Yeah, he doesn't want anything done to himself, but he really wants to see you in action.
Wait, Iggy, you're not going to do anything to him unless he wants it? Okay.
Shut up! Come on, man! Don't fuck! I hate this.
Don't fuck. I won't. I'm sorry. Okay.
I will peel you.
You'll kill him?
I will peel him. Alright, again, she will simply. She says the only reason that she isn't really willing to do it on a random servant, but because, she treats her servants well, and she would treat, the strangers' servants the same as if they were her servants. Very well.
How about one of my personal servants?
With their consent, yet again.
I'm sure they'll give you their consent. Give me one moment. And he will essentially set up a little test where he's got his own little personal valet.
Ay, caramba. Sorry, that wasn't a character.
Yep.
Again, she would just ask them personally if they agree to this, and if they don't, then that's perfectly fine.
He shrugs.
Okay. I don't actually have anything prepared for this.
Kind of whispers to you. I can't imagine doing anything worse today.
I promise not to do anything terrible to you. What we're going to do is simply have you. We'll have you put a shape on a card, and then you have to lie to me, and I will try to get the truth out of you. How does that sound?
Fair enough.
Alright.
Not the weirdest thing I've done for Mr. Lord de Winter, but okay. Now
that raised a lot of concerns, but I'm going to ignore that.
I'm gonna give you a plus 20 because he's being very cooperative with you, unlike most of your experience.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh god, I pray to the goddesses above that this actually works, because I have no more fortune points. So please, ah! I'm so sorry. That was probably so loud.
Oh, you did. Yes. You're able to, thanks to more to his cooperation than your actual skill, are able to actually convince him to tell the truth. Lord de Winter is very, very impressed.
Oh boy. I feel like I should be getting worried about his interest in me, but I'm not.
He's actually so impressed, he's willing to lend you, or give you, to be honest, the book he mentioned about it. However, it's at his estate, which is, give me a second. Notes. That's the fuck jester notes. Nope.
What?
Yeah, in all my games now I have in case of jester or fuck the jester folders.
Ah, okay. Doesn't make it any less concerning, but alright, alright.
Every now and it's a trial. If he always has to upgrade after every game.
Yes. He has an estate in Western Quinellis.
Oops, nope. Okay, can you spell that?
I'll take you to the world map.
Okay. Where? Oh! Oh, no, I spelled that horribly wrong. I spelled that horribly wrong. Holy shit. You says he has an estate?
Yes. Well, he has estates all over the place. His personal library happens to be there.
Hmm.
He's never actually held a gala or done any real major social events there, so the parlors aren't exactly well kept or as lavish as the parlor you're currently in, but he guarantees you that you will find a lot of interest in his library.
I see. How lovely. And how would I gain access?
Well,
Does he just hand me a key?
well, typically you'd write a letter, but
Fair enough.
if I'm typically there in the winter. I'm there all winter, and between you and me, this year is kind of boring. Not much work. The wolves are a very simple endeavor to set up. I have a few side projects. A lot of side projects.
Oh, how interesting.
Yes, presently I'm trying to get into contact with some mercenaries from the Empire, but the ones I've met have not met with my standards. Good swordsmen all, especially the ones from the Reich, but far too stupid, brutish. I need men good with the blade, but better with their words and with a bit of wit to them.
Oh, I see. Well, I happen to be great friends with someone who's just like that. Maybe not quite with the sword part, but he is quite witty.
Well, if you could introduce me, then we'll have much to discuss other than books.
Of course. I'm sure Otto would love to talk to you. And you are a merchant, yes?
Yes, well, not
He.
officially, but simply who I deal with.
Ah, yes, of course. Well, he actually comes from a very similar background, so you will have much to talk about with him, especially about business and such. I'm sure the two of you will become great friends.
I hope we do.
Is the party ending soon?
Yes.
Oh,
He'll give you a open letter invitation. It's essentially just a letter with his mark saying, whoever bears this may stay in the estate and be treated as a guest.
I'll tuck that away then.
Yeah. Just in case you end up going there and he's not there for whatever reason.
I would also like to, before we have to leave, I would like to say goodbye to Trevor personally.
You see Trevor over in a corner and he is drunk.
Oh,
Beyond drunk. He seems to
I
be
can't
talking
write. I
with,
forgot about that. God damn it.
Yeah, he seems to be talking with Lady Nerva.
Oh no, I'm gonna stay far. Can I ask a servant to tell him where I would be staying at if he ever wished to talk again?
Sure, the servant says.
Thank you. Please don't forget it.
We
And
never.
then I'll
Good
go
way
over
to
to
get whipped.
Danik. Oh, I'm gonna go over to Danik.
Then it's just up by you and just saying that poor boy is going to have to wait all night for that man to sober up.
Who are you talking about, Danik?
The servant you just sent to get that message
Oh,
over the Trevor.
yeah. But hopefully it all works out. Um, I did gain a bit of information as you asked, though might not be from the person you wanted, for unfortunately.
Well, who'd you get it on?
What?
Who'd you get the information on?
Oh, De Winter. And I also got this. She'll show him the letter. Looks like I really made an impact on him.
Wow. Didn't
Uh,
realize you were that good in bed. Good job.
if I had went to bed with him, then I wouldn't have been here right now.
I mean,
Watch
been
your
gone for
tongue,
about an
Danik.
hour or so. Figured you want to be here at the end of the party.
Mm. So are you done drinking literally all of their bottles?
I've only drinking 3.
Bottles, yes, I know.
Anyway, I suppose it's time to go. I've gotten quite a lot out of Lady Montfort.
I do want to focus a bit of my efforts on the Trevor, however. He does seem like, unlike his older brother, more approachable. Although I did make quite a bit of a relationship with his wife over cake.
And that is the most normal thing I've heard you say ever since I met you.
I will gut you.
And now we're back to our normal relationship.
Alright, come on. I know you're drunk. She'll start supporting him. Let's get you home and in bed.
I'm tipsy.
No, you're not.
I can walk.
I have seen you get drunk on 3 mugs of ale. I know for a fact you're not tipsy.
Okay, first off, there was a little bit more than ale there. Second, don't be talking about that in public. Third, I don't know what you're talking about, Wills.
Yes, sure, of course. Now come on.
Yeah.
I'm sure your legs are still a bit ached as well. Isn't that right?
It's not all that's aching. I'm pretty sure I have a hole in my rib.
I'm gonna continue supporting you.
I think my wounds might have opened up again.
Danik. Alright, can I go take him to the doctor?
I think when we get back, you can have find Otto so you can shove my rib back in.
Yeah, sure. Where's Otto?
I don't know.
Otto!
Wanders
Like
the
he told-
peasantry. Otto!
Otto!
Von
If I scream it,
Bismarck!
if I say his name, he'll sneeze and we'll know where he is.
Otto suddenly, like, talking to Dieter about what they've been doing, sharing information, suddenly has a sneezing fit.
Is that the case? Jester, I almost called you Jensen. Oh, they're both muted. I don't know. Can I shut up?
I'll say I sneeze once.
Nice. On
Oh.
Dieter.
Not on Dieter.
Oh.
I don't want to be punched in the face.
He would punch you in the face anyway.
You think too little of Dieter.
Yes. Well,
Dieter, can you clarify that you would punch him in the face? Great, let's say that's a yes.
I don't think Dieter needs too much of a reason to punch Otto.
Yeah, I mean, he did try to shoot you multiple times with arrows.
He did shoot him multiple times with arrows.
That's right, I
Shot me-
forgot. He landed.
Shot me once with an arrow.
Oh, so it's my turn. It's my turn to get you with the whip.
Come at me with the whip, I come with your sword, and I'll lost my chances better with my sword.
I have a metal whip. I don't think you'll be able to like do much damage to it.
Your metal whip
And
against...
might I remind you that I am not proficient with the whip, and yet I've nearly killed a good couple of beastmen, and killed one.
I mean, you're only
Well,
suffering a -10 when you're on horseback.
Hmm. So murder.
And when you're fighting someone that's fighting other people, you end up getting a positive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so do we find the two of
not,
them?
nonetheless,
Sorry, what'd you say, Jer?
nonetheless, assuming you try, we all go back to the tavern.
You all go back to your
D-
inn, yeah.
Does
Alright.
Danik look like he has? Danik look like he has that bunged up arm.
Danik looked like he's had a fun night.
Oh, okay. I thought you said he had a dislocated arm.
Nope, he has a hole in his rib, though.
Feels like
There's
it.
a hole.
One of the old wounds might have opened up.
Yep.
Sit down. Sit down.
Otto! Otto, help!
Why do I have to help?
Because you know better. Also, Otto, I think I have introduced you to one of your new friends. Well, I believe he will be a good friend. He's basically a merchant, and he's a very influential one, too. He's really sweet.
Any friend of yours is most definitely no friend of mine. What are his
He
hobbies?
runs the Trick Chocolate.
Oh damn! I
What's
didn't realize I was muted. My bad.
Oh, you
I
scared
knew
me.
I knew my mic was muted. I didn't know my Discord was muted. Shit.
Hmm.
Anyway, I said yes. If he sneezed on me, I would punch him in the nose.
No, but I'm saying if he did sneeze on you, you'd still punch him for some reason, right?
Probably. But no, did you bring him with you?
Oh, Delinter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought
No.
Winter to the inn.
Well, I don't know. Eggy might do something like that.
No. Hold on.
If she had, I was gonna freak him the hell out. I was just going to appear over his shoulder and just like be examining his coat and be like, So who tailored it for you?
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was saying I was gonna creep the hell out of your new boyfriend if you'd brought him with you.
Yeah, that sounds like you. Oh, I would like to place the cake that I may or may not have snatched on the way out in front of Dieter and Otto.
Lone
And
just
just
grabs a bit of it with his fingers and eats it.
Mm.
That is amazingly sweet.
Yes, and also the man that I was talking to runs the chocolate trade.
What's chocolate?
It is a very expensive and very sweet delicacy, I believe. Anyway, I don't actually know myself, but it seems important and seems expensive, and I thought you'd like it.
Must be new then. 'Cause I haven't
Mm.
heard of.
But anyway, I believe the both of you would be great friends. So I would like to get um I almost called him Derek. I would like to get Danik a water. He needs it.
He needs hot water and a clean cloth.
I need
Mm.
a break.
Oi, can we get something for my man here, dickhead?
Fuck you.
Okay, as I grab Eggy, sit her down, and sit in front of her, put my hands on my knees, and say, "Tell me all of his hobbies now."
I'll rattle off whatever he told me. He did tell me a lot too. He really likes to talk. He's currently looking for someone good of a sword and is quite witty, and I said I recommended you. Although I did tell him that you're not really the best of swords, you can get better at it.
Dieter just
Oh,
walks past. What you should have warned him about was his lack of wheat.
Well, he can find that out on his own.
I lack as much whip. Well, then I know that my lack of whip equals your lack with the arrow. Oh, no.
Out of character, Dieter will punish that on his next pass.
But nonetheless. So he likes books. I only have 2 books, but they're not the artistic poetry type. I do remember the poetry I read back in the student days, so maybe I could bring them up. We might bond over a few of them.
Great. Oh, then
I wonder if he speaks classical.
Oh, probably. How about I set up a little play date with you two tomorrow or so? But I also made, I believe, acquaintances with the hostess' little brother, Trevor. He seems interesting. And
God
it
damn
seems
it,
we
why
have
did it have
similar
to be
tastes in
Trevor?
women as well. Sorry, what?
So why did it have to be Trevor?
I know, right?
No, I have a father called Trevor.
Oh. Blame Drew, not me.
Okay, so who the hell is this Trevor fellow?
Well, he seems to be a very rough knight. I must admit, he's very handsome. But yeah, I would love to spend more time with him. See if I can set up a little bond with him as well. Oh, and I have this letter to present if we ever wanted to go to his estate. I shall show off the letter.
I'm going to have to buy proper clothing.
You have the money to be able to.
I know, but all the stores are closed. Well, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to prepare myself, and then you're going to take me to this. What was his name?
Slaps Eggy.
Addy. Addy.
I'm sorry, I completely blanked on his first name. I only remember him as De Winter. Hold on, what's his name?
Lord De Winter it is then.
Quinzel De Winter. Can you hear me?
Right. Good work, Addy. Good work.
Thank you. Oh, Dieter, how was your night?
Long.
I see. Well, would you like a mug of ale?
I have drank enough.
Fair enough. Will you be heading to bed as well?
Soon. First, I have to find the chamber pot.
Oh, okay.
Out of character, so I can dump it on Otto while he sleeps.
Ice cold water.
That's not what a chamber pot is.
Oh. I only heard the pot.
Chamber pot's where you take a shit.
Oh no. Oh god, yeah, that sounds like you.
That's their bathroom.
Ew.
That is what you get for saying that I have no skill with the bow.
Oh, god.
No, I don't really.
I was about to say, hey, you said I lack wit. That hurt more than your bow.
I scared the shit out of myself. Don't worry about it.
Eggy.
Don't worry about it.
Eggy.
Can I make sure Dennis gets to bed safely? I don't trust him anymore. I don't trust him to hold his own.
I just don't trust him in general.
Shut up. Ray.
I didn't say shit.
No, not you. I'm talking about Danik.
Mm.
He wasn't exactly odd. No, he was completely odd, but he's actually kind of sweet once you get to talk to him. He made me show off my little ability, however, that was really weird. He was kind of desperate, but you know what? I'm sure he's really cool, and I'm sure Otto would love him. Now, again, let's move over to this Trevor fellow. Do you know anything about him, Danik? If you're still conscious enough to talk. Hello.
Danik's out.
Oh.
He's a man, good with a sword. Not much to tell.
Hmm.
Skilled. He'd probably do better in the Reich than anywhere in Bretonia, but
Oh, yeah, probably. How big is he on travel?
from what I heard, he has his own little band that he goes around with.
Oh, shame. Well, if the servant is able to deliver the message, then I should be meeting him real soon at that more expensive hotel. Well, soon as in tomorrow. Hmm. You think I'd need a new outfit? Are there places that are actually open, by the way?
Not really the middle of the night.
You know, fair enough. Danik, you should head to bed. You look like you're about to die.
Or
Actually,
maybe
wait, you
I
are
am.
dying.
Listen, if I die, there's not much
Am I
else to
in
say after
charge
that. If I
again?
die, oh well.
Aww. Didn't you think I was quite good at being in charge?
Sure.
Oh,
I wasn't
didn't
really
actually.
paying attention.
Fair enough. Wasn't actually thinking you would admit it, but you know what? That's a bit of a ego boost. Well, good night then. Don't die.
I will try not to.
Mm.
Wait, did Derek actively have a hole in his open wound?
No, but he was bleeding from some of his wounds.
Oh boy.
The deeper one, it's fairly common to reopen some if you do strenuous activities like dance for several hours.
Enough. Human body is weird.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I know, right? We should destroy it.
So we go back to the next day. We'll just go ahead and skip to when you are meeting with De Winter at his much nicer inn.
How much does good craftsmanship clothing cost? Because I'm assuming I'm going to have to meet him in good clothing.
A lot.
I mean, I think best quality or noble's clothes is 50. Good craftsmanship is what, 30? You said?
I'd have to check.
Mm.
Clothing. Shame I don't start off with good clothing.
That'd be too
I
easy.
do. Fuck you.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, that was mean.
Even if you start off with good clothing, I would not consider what you're wearing good.
Ow.
Hey, there's only a little bit of dirt on it and a bit of blood. Don't worry about the blood.
Da, da, da.
We'll do it later. Let's just say I bought it, and I'll pay for it later.
Best clothing is 10 gold crowns.
I will purchase it immediately. Done.
Congratulations, you have best quality clothing.
Yay! And it's Bretonian, so it's actually pretty good. Probably decent.
It's very decent. So your meeting is interesting, to say the least. De Winter is a very socially awkward man. It's very quick to understand that point.
Probably within the first 5 seconds.
Yep. He seems very interested with you, but he's very business oriented. You were expecting a bit of tweaky talking, dancing around the bush kind of stuff, but he gets right down to business. He greets Adelaide well enough and does the bare minimum of politeness of, oh, hope you slept well, hope you're feeling alright after that long party, yada yada yada. But it's very clear that he's he's far more interested in getting down to business. And once he gets to the business part, well, the social awkwardness goes away, and for a brief moment, Otto, you feel like you're back in the academy, about to give a report to your instructor.
I shake it away.
So, I've been told that you are a capable man.
Among many things. That will all have to depend on the job. What I am doing.
Escorting, for the most part. And if you satisfy me enough, well, you'll find that that my family works in very high risk, high profitable endeavors from lands far outside of Bretonia. Unfortunately, mainly due to the fact that we get most of our luxurious items outside of the homeland, we end up with the problem of lacking manpower. Good men are easy to find in Bretonia, but smart, skilled, and able men willing to leave Bretonia are not so easy to find.
Bretonia is a lush place. But I can understand the reasoning. If you need an escort, me and my attachment of company, quite journeyman when it comes to that.
Yes, it's
Just yes.
Our escort jobs are a bit more dangerous than just guarding a caravan. We have very skilled workers in local areas that we hire to gather resources, typically in very dangerous terrain, often being hunted by something that eats people. High risk, as I mentioned, very high reward. However, it requires not just skill with a blade, but also a bit of a skill with the tongue as well as your mind. If you go to Tila, a sword will get you so far. Go to Tila with a sword and a good head on your shoulders, you'll come out rich. More importantly, you'll come out with the cargo that we want. Other places are similar, if not even more brutal.
Otto just continues to nod. He'll bring up a passage from a book to help. You know how PvP you bring up like a passage from a book just to help detail what you mean?
Yeah.
Otto will do that. But since I don't know much Wacklin books, I try and do that.
Yes. A sword is only as good as the head on the shoulders of which the man wields, some bullshit like that.
Yeah. Similar to, you know, how pen is more in the sword, or some all stuff like that.
Yep. He will eventually get to the point, which is, well, you have Adelaide's confidence, but unfortunately, I am only recently acquainted with her, and I have not heard your name before. So, I'm willing to offer you a trial run. I have a ship. A few ships, actually. But this one in particular is called, The Lady's Regret.
Charming name.
Not one I picked. She's in Marienburg at port right now. She was going to be sailing to meet some contacts over at the opposite end of the Bretonia and sell a great deal of cargo back in Marienburg. However, our contacts did not arrive. I have recently learned that our cargo was waylaid by pirates, and the cargo itself, mysteriously, ended up in the hands of Astalia. Now,
And you'd like an intelligent person find it, convince them to hand it over, and not have any of the blame put on Paravon?
I don't want any of the... I could care very less about Paravon. However, Bretonia is on shaky relations with Anastasia, and, well, as much money as there is to be made in war, I lose about as much as I make, and the king is not necessarily keen on seeing a noble lord reaping benefits back behind the line. I already explained to Adelaide that I am already not well liked as is. My reputation will only get worse if a new war were to break out and no members of my family were to participate yet again in favor of making profit off of their blood, sweat, and tears. So for this reason, I need a non-local to do the job. However, I don't need a smart man to be able to do it. I need a smart man to not only find my cargo, but to find the information on the pirates that took it. It's not the first time my cargo has been waylaid, and I lose far too much money retrieving it. I cannot spend this much every time I get a cargo ship. I get a shipment.
Would you prefer the information given to you on the pirates? Or if the information on the pirates is found, would you like their heads?
I'll pay quite well for either or. Obviously, if you were able to find the pirates and kill them, I would be most grateful, but for now, information is my main trade. I want to know if this is a act of piracy that just happened to be bad luck on my part, or if some of my rivals are hiring certain people like I do occasionally.
I don't want that is luck. Like a light chuckle.
If you are able to get back the cargo, I'm willing to give you 100 gold per crate.
How much crates?
The ship had well over 1,000 crates. However,
Well,
by the time you get there, I assume most would have been sold off.
that doesn't stop Otto from reeling back.
Again, your primary job is to find information. If you can get me the information on the pirates, specifically whatever ship or that did it, or band, if it was a part of such a large group, as well as if they were hired or if it was a lone job, all this information, if you can give it to me, to my satisfaction, will get you another 100 gold per person that you take, up to a certain amount. Obviously, if you took 100 people, I would call a little bit of low, but let's say up to 10 people. I'd be willing to pay this for.
Otto was nodding.
Of course, if you were able to bring me back their heads, or their port of call, I'll be willing to pay more. This is, of course, just a standard rate. The better information you give me, the more I'd be willing to pay you all.
Of course. The more we give, the more we receive.
And, of course, Lady Adelaide, as the one that brokered our agreement, will also be getting a percentile, or finder's fee, if you will.
As the middleman should deserve.
If you're able to complete, if your friend is able to complete it, he looks over to Adelaide, I will give you 50 gold.
Oh, really? Oh, why, thank you.
A pittance, I'm sure, for you, but, well.
Can I just, subtly give the look to Otto, should we tell him the truth? Nah.
Just gives you, just gives a smile.
Now, I must warn you. The Sea of Claws is a very dangerous place, and this time of year, the Middle Sea is even more so. Northskin raiders rampant with it. Pirates. Undead. It's a very dangerous time to be at sea. Main reason I'm willing to pay so much for you to do this. If you succeed in this endeavor, I assure you I am able to always offer you very high-paying jobs. accept?
I am sadly not in charge of the mercenary band. I would have to talk to my comrades. My father himself was a merchant, always said if a deal's too good to be true, think about it for a day. Do you mind if I get back to you tomorrow?
I'll be leaving tomorrow in the afternoon, so make sure you get me your answer by morning.
Will do. I will nod. Otto will give the sign leave. Open the door for Addie.
Oh, thank you. And she'll walk out. Do I see,
Well, does
I
I
forgot
will
his
say
name.
this. He did? I will say this. Did Lord de Winter have like a few books on a shelf, that he brought with him here?
No, he didn't have any books on himself. There's a couple books on his bed.
So betcha.
What kind of books?
Oh, the
Probably
Kama
poetry.
Sutra.
I'm sorry.
I know you said that I can't say anything, Drew.
But yeah, there's a few books on his bed, many of which are some books. Well, when I say some books you've read, I mean he has first and second editions of books that you have like fifth and sixth editions of.
Fair enough. Question. If I accept the deal and we come back from Marienburg, would you like me to, is there any books you'd like for me to pick out for you? As I point to.
I have special hirings to find books that I like.
Nothing to be ashamed of. Also, third edition of that, brilliant. So I walk out.
The first edition is far better. They cut some of his work for time.
True. You'll have to lend me the book then. Or at least allow me to read it.
Maybe at some point.
And I will walk out. And then immediately find my way to D2 and then we can grab Abdi so we don't deter. And tell him about the job.
I don't like it.
I love it. A wild, dangerous job that pays so much for crates. And you get to pirate hunt.
That is precisely why I don't like it.
You just don't like the nobility.
It is true that I do not like him either. I do not like taking jobs from people that I have never met. I do not like the sea, nor ships, and certainly not pirates.
Sadly, we were sent here to get the swords. A contact in Paravon. And this man will give a big contact to the swords.
Danik nods. It's a great contract, that's for sure. Not sure if we'd be able to complete it alone. We'd probably have to get another team.
And we will hire another team. The money is most definitely enough to get probably 2 teams.
He said up to 10. Average team is 4 to 5. We'd only be able to get another one if we want to pay them. I know plenty that would be able to do that would be willing to do so though.
The job is with risk. The job's reward does outweigh it.
Never been to Estalia myself.
Do you know how to swim?
I know how to float.
It is not what I asked.
Oh,
Every-
Danik puts a hand on Dieter's shoulder. You don't want to be swimming where we're going.
That is precisely my point.
I may not have been to Estalia, but I've been to the Sea of Claws.
And I've heard of the Sea of Claws myself. And the rumors that go with it.
They ain't rumors, kid.
Oh. You have not heard of the ones I've heard of then. But
And this is where you wish to take us.
yes, and I reckon we should go. Because we need the contact. And just because one job is out in the ocean does not mean the rest of the jobs he gives us will be.
Fine, we shall go. But first, admit that this contract is made.
What was that? I never heard you. You cut out at the end.
Admit that this contract is insane.
Oh, it is insane.
Danik's like, absolutely fucking insane.
It is all.
I'm more surprised that you're willing to find people that are willing to help us.
Oh no, it's not the most insane job I've ever been on. The most insane job I've ever been on was retrieving something from a lair of a troll. That was insane. It's also how I lost my last team.
Yeah, is that him? Yes, the job is insane.
At least
Most job-
we'll get another team. I can find some more experienced people.
But you. So I will go meet him. I will begin writing up a contract.
It's a very
It'll
big
be-
contract when it comes to paying you for information.
A contract for the money, not for the information.
Bare minimum, if you succeed, well, quote unquote succeed, if you come back with nothing, you'll get nothing.
Yes. That's why we have to come back with something. And I trust Dieter's skills that we're going to find something. And I trust Addie's charms that, something will find her.
Okay, and we will probably end it for here as,
It's only been 2 hours, Drew.
I know, but I would have to
Yeah.
ask you quite a bit to go over for these jobs. The next few sessions are going to be a bit
Oh.
longer.
Oh, can I ask, did Trevor ever come?
Hmm?
Did
Naughty,
Trevor...
naughty.
Trevor's hungover.
Oh, fair enough. Oh, well. Maybe in the next
You
session
didn't-
there's time a visit.
You didn't answer the question, though, Drew.
What was the question?
Did Trevor ever come?
No. It's
Ah,
hungover.
God damn it. Stop this, you two.
No, but okay.
Stop.
I mean, eventually a letter would arrive that's formal. Hi. Sorry I wasn't able to say goodbye. Probably wrapped around a
Uh,
bottle of ale.
Drew, is the recording off?